Right. All right. Okay. How do you do, everybody? How's it going? We're back. We're back with more King of the Castle, as if you hadn't already guessed. It's been a while since we played, actually. Melod? Yes. More of those. How's it going, folks? It's boy. Blistortion Devil. We're here. We're here. And we are ready to play more King of the Castle. That is correct. Time to pretend to be rich and powerful? You betcha. Alright. Where are my dice? I'm gonna roll a dice here. I'm gonna roll a D6. And on a 6, I'll re-roll. Let's see what we got here. We've got the Barons. The Patricians. And the Counts. Hope you're all ripe and raring to go, Chatterino, because boy, howdy, do we have some fun stuff. Give you patricians again? It is inevitable. Was it hard to die with that die? I mean, it was a die-hard dice, so... I see. Well, we'll go ahead and we'll get one more. We'll get one more for the patricians here, and then we'll start the game here. What you refer to me as the 8th just to mess with my family name? Darn. Hey, there we go. All right, let's see what we got here. Your Majesty, the first few years of your reign are the most difficult. You are new and unproven. The nobles of the council will scheme against you, hoping to kick you off the throne and put their own puppet claimants in your place. Oh no! To defeat their schemes, you must secure an heir and prove that you are worthy of the crown by completing an ambition. My question to you is this. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? You know, I think I'll go ahead and be the architect of a new golden age. A lofty goal indeed. I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's overall trade as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. Now that you're king, your first duty is to meet with the Council of Nobles. Your nobles hail from across the kingdom, the desolate east, the wealthy coast, and of course the bleak march. Across the east. Oh, same facial hair. It is an honor to finally make your acquaintance, Your Grace. May you escape the doom that befell your predecessor. A pleasure, Your August Majesty. I hope to see our kingdom prosper and grow wealthy under your reign. Hail and well met, Your Majesty. Under your leadership, we'll whip this kingdom into shape, The council hall immediately fills with raised voices as the nobles argue with each other over demand for your favor. You sigh and sit back. Is this what the council is like? No wonder your father told you to avoid the throne at all costs. And the coronation. Your Majesty, I've scheduled your coronation to take place at this week's time. Take place in a week's time. Why the hurry? To delay any longer would make the nobles restless, and when nobles get restless, they take their daggers and look for the nearest back. They wouldn't dare. You should pay more attention to your history books, Your Majesty. The nobles are always plotting something. As is tradition, the council will decide what happens to your coronation. What? But it's my coronation. This isn't an absolute monarchy, Your Majesty. Everything has to be run past a council vote, even this. Shall we call the nobles in? Alright, chat. Let's see. Let's see what we got going on here. I'll let you have free reign with this one. Because I know what you're all gonna pick. Yeah, there it is. Yup. Why? That sounds about right. It is decided. The king will be thrown in the river. What? What kind of coronation is that? A very traditional ceremony dating back to Queen Alma the Wise. It's meant to represent you being reborn as a true king. The nobles pick you up and carry you out to the Treadwater River, hurling you into the shallow water with a cheer. When you climb back up the bank, soaking wet, the Chancellor steps forward and places the crown upon your head. Is it your imagination, or some of the nobles' stifling giggles? And that's the end of the season. Oh fuck, it's Bastion. When have the Barons of the March ever backed down from a fight? Never. I know you'll do whatever it takes to put me, your rightful king, on the throne. Do you want a doppelganger, lowest defiance, intimidation, raise others' defiance, or propaganda, lower stability? It looks like the Barons are going for intimidation. They're trying to raise others' defiance. And so it is decided. The Barons plan to hold the king hostage in his own palace. First, they must distract the Spymaster. To advance their scheme, the Barons must raise other regions' defiance to a combined total of at least 6, or ensure another region begins a rebellion in 4 seasons. Oh. Fellow patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of King Connor. Something must be done. Subterfuge, lower stability, conspiracy, lower treasury, or corruption, lower authority. It looks like they're going for lower authority. Their job is already slowly getting there. Is that all we have? Nope, there's one more, although it doesn't really matter all that much. Lower authority. The patricians' plan is to turn the throne into a commodity that can be bought and sold at will. First, they must ensure that the rule of law is crumbling. To advance their scheme, the patricians must lower authority to 4 or less in 3 seasons. Fellow counts, in ancient times the East was its own proud kingdom. We can bring back these days of glory, but not while the false King Connor wears the crown. Do you want a blood ritual, highest farming, ascension, lower own faith, or possession, lower own defiance? And it looks like the counts are taking the path of least resistance on this one as well. The Counts plan to summon an ancient famine demon that will devastate all other regions, paving a clear path to the throne. First, they must ensure the East can withstand a famine. To advance their scheme, the Counts must be the region with the highest farming in 4 seasons. Alright. 2 in the East. Interesting. Alright. Horror in the East. Your Majesty, it is Count Sassy Lost Kobold. Your Majesty, a monster has been stalking my farms at night, smashing down the doors of cottages and feasting on the peasants inside. Sounds ghastly. Only a few have seen the beast and lived to tell the tale. The survivors tell a garbled story about gleaming fangs amidst a mountain of blood-soaked fur. Oh my fucking goodness! Well, I'm just gonna... Yeah. And of course, the rest of the chocolate zombie, the Counts are all for not lowering their own farming. But the barons, however, are the barons and the patricians are pretty keen. Stability will lower and farming will lower, but I don't think they're terribly concerned about that. I'm gonna give it 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is no concern of ours. The monster continues to menace the East, growing more bold every day. You hear reports that it no longer confines its attacks to the nighttime. Soon, peasants are too afraid to tend to their crops, which lie rotting in fields. Okay. Without a word, Count Justin Everyday Reyes hands you a blood-red envelope. It is sealed with white wax in the shape of a skull. Inside is a beautifully written invitation to an event called the Crimson Vigil, due to take place on an autumn night later in the year. What's this all about? I can say no more. You must choose whether to accept our invitation or to decline it. Well, since you're not explaining anything, I must decline. You have made your choice. I can't say I'm not disappointed. And now my honor guard. Now that you're king, you need personal protection. Why, I could plunge my sword into your heart right now, could I not? Pah! I'd like to see you try. Is it your imagination, or does your marshal stifle a wry chuckle? In any case, she quickly hides it. You need an honor guard to keep you safe from such dangers, Your Majesty. Unfortunately, this is a political decision. What are my options? Each region offers a selection of elite guards, counts with the Knights of the Order of the Drowned Rose, patricians with the champion gladiators from the arena, and barons offer a squad of battle-hardened veteran soldiers. Think carefully, Your Majesty. These guards' loyalties will be divided between you and their region. Of course, you could all hire foreign mercenaries, but they'd be loyal to coin above all. Tell me about the Eastern Knights. The Order of the Drowned Rose are highly respectable. They'll understand palace etiquette, but it's been years since they fought an actual battle. They mostly write poems these days. Tell me about the Coastal Gladiators. A gang of low-born crooks who've turned themselves into celebrities through their skill at chopping other people to bits. They're vain and selfish. Their skill in battle is undeniable, but can you trust them? Tell me about the veterans of the march. These soldiers have fought in more battles than they've had dinners. They'll be uncouth, no doubt, and won't adapt well to life at the palace, but they're loyal and tough as nails. What foreign mercenaries do you suggest? A band of fearsome fighters from the Tatterlands called the Battle-Bitten Brethren. They specialize in bodyguard work, but they're costly, and hiring foreigners would be considered an insult to all other regions. I've made my decision. I'll take the Eastern Knights. I'll make arrangements at once. The knights arrive a few weeks later. They are all extremely pale and extremely polite. The commander introduces herself with a florid bow before reading a poem she's written for the occasion. I guess that's it. Wow! Auction time, folks! Now you can use your personal funds to buy a funny building. All you have to do is type !fund, and then the letter of the thing you want to fund, and then the amount of money you want to fund it with. So let's go ahead and see what you want to do. Oh yeah. Looks like C is already in the process of getting funded, as well as F. There's not really a lot of good options for me in this one, so that is rather unfortunate. Rather unfortunate for me. All right, 10 more seconds, y'all. It looks like we got an aqueduct and a theater, which will lower my authority even more. Meh. Finding a spouse. A spouse. In the twisty passages of your castle, you can avoid your advisors, the nobles, and even the spymaster, but there's one person you can't avoid. Your mother. Why haven't you found a spouse yet? It's been almost a year. I've been busy. You better find time. Don't worry. I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What is your preference? Men, women, or do you not mind? Any. Excellent. I'll send out messengers to the most influential families in the kingdom. Let's see what they have to offer. I'm running the country, Mom. God. A curious curse. A giant glass globe filled to the brim with murky water is wheeled before the council. The fishbowl contains Lord Patrician Humdrum Gum suspended in liquid. He pokes his head above the surface. Your August Majesty, a most infuriating circumstances befallen me. I can see that. I've been cursed by a sea wizard. He inflicted me with these gills. I can't even leave the water for more than 4 minutes. What did you do to anger this wizard? I happen to own a tannery that is polluting some picturesque beach he likes. How was I supposed to know? I demand you would arrest this maniac and force him to remove these gills. Huh. Eh. Fuck it. Everyone's voting for B. Said the diplomat to politely ask the wizard to reverse the curse. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. Well, alright. It looks like we're done voting here. Does it show who's voted? I mean, there's a lot more people in here. They're just not voting at the moment. Alright. I'll give it 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Look at this guy! Fucking cool! Soon enough, the sea wizard appears before the council. As he walks in, seawater sloshes at his feet, welling up from the ground itself. What do you want from me? We need you to reverse the curse afflicting Lord Patrician Humdrum Gum. And why would I do such a thing like that? His tannery has ruined my favourite beach. I don't curse for nothing. Well, I guess I get to decide, I suppose. Yeah, I'll pay you 1,000 gold. You know, come to think of it, the coast is long and winding with many hidden beaches. Wizard's flesh bulges and ripples and suddenly turns to water, splashing down in your corridor. He's left you with quite a cleanup job. Lord Patrician Humdrum Gum appears before the council a few days later, back to his old self, though he has a case of the hiccups that persist for several months. There you go. See? Patricians, I'm a merciful king. I'm a benevolent and generous king. I wanted to speak to you today about a delicate matter, your most august majesty. It concerns the furs trade. Ah, yes, I'm familiar with it. Then you'll understand our position. You see, if there is one thing the barons know how to do, it's hunt. We all know they take far too much pleasure in it. It's not just for pleasure, of course. Commercial hunting is important to their economy. Now, the counts are actually the biggest buyers of merchant furs. Of marcher furs. Very useful for the cold, bleak winter nights in the east. They line their coats with the stuff like it's going out of fashion. Traditionally, we patricians have facilitated this trade, making sure that a fair deal is breached with both sides, yet now the counts buy from the barons directly. They're cutting us out of the deal. You can't let them get away with that. Sounds like clever business to me. Your Serene Highness, please, just call a council vote, will you? No, I don't think I will. I only have 5 gold left if I pay him to forget about this. You know what? No. I don't think I will. Bah! What a waste of time. You allow the regions to do business as they like. This means the patricians will lose grip on their monopoly, of course, but that's no concern of yours. Capitalism demands it. Yeah, common tax. A common tax. Got to wear. Ooh. My eligible options. I found 3 potential matches for you. 1 eligible young candidate from each of the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely. You'll be securing a powerful alliance. Yes, I know. Your mother leads you to a great hall where she's arranged 3 portraits. For now, each is covered by a cloth. Alright then, let's see these eligible candidates. She whisks away the cloth from the first portrait. This is Valentin, the eldest heir of the Eastern Nolan Void dynasty. Apparently, they had a hell of a time getting them to smile for this portrait. They had a laboratory installed in their castle and spent most of their time there, conducting bizarre experiments. Half the East are in love with them, apparently, and the other half hate him. Intriguing. From the coast, we have Rhoda, the wealthy heiress to a noble patrician Thunderous Blitz's estate. I mean, just look at her. She's gorgeous, and apparently she's got a silver tongue, too. Her interests are typical of the coast. Money, 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 and making more of it. But to her credit, she gives a lot of it to charity. I like the sound of her. And finally, we have the March's offering, Felix, scion of prestigious E. Campbell's 947 bloodline. A typical baron, really, loud and brash and self-absorbed, but well-meaning. Like most of the barons, his great passion is hunting. No beast is safe from his crossbow. Also, got into a fight with his local bishop a couple of years back. Gave him a bloody nose. Is that all? What do you think? Of course, by picking a candidate, you'll anger the other regions, but you'll gain a lifelong alliance. I've made my decision. Rhoda of the coast. Excellent. I'll make the arrangements. What is this? A theft? A thief? Your Highness, this is an outrage. I demand justice. Last week, Lord Patrician Mastodon shook my hand as a supposed show of reconciliation and stole my family's lucky ring in the process. Bile that glitters. Nonsense. Rummage through your drawers. I'm sure you'll find the thing. Your Highness, a feud has stood between our families for centuries. Mastodon's ancestor left my ancestor penniless after a cutthroat dice game. Please, being a bad gambler is hardly a grievance. Enough! I know Mastodon stole my priceless ring. It brings the March great luck and bounty, and my dear niece is to wear it when she marries. I see. I'm gonna give this one a little veto. And let's see where this one goes. Let's see where it goes. Well, it looks like most of the barons are voting for B, and most of the patricians are voting for A. Save one of each, and the counts seem to be... Yeah. Alright, I'll give it 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The voting is tied at 9. Therefore, I, the king, shall decide. And I decide to arrest Lord Patrician Mastodon happen immediately. No! No, I'm innocent, I tell you! Come on, out you go. As the watch drag him out, the council halls fall into stunned silence, but the barons share satisfied glances. I say. Remember when I came to you with word of a monster preying upon peasants of the East? You'll have to remind me, I've drunk a lot of wine since then. A hideous monster was slaying peasants throughout the land, Your Highness. I have reason to believe that the culprit may be one of my fellow counts, Count Arrowblade 21X to be precise. The peasants believe that Count Arrowblade 21X transforms into a colossal bloodthirsty beast once every 7 nights. Do we know of something like this ever happening before? Only in legend. King Karvek II was said to turn into such a beast and slaughter his servants at night. But in the day he was mild-mannered as a baby duck and had no memory of his crimes. Perhaps the same is true here. What should I do? Pray, do not call a public vote of the matter. It would embarrass Count Arrowblade 21X greatly, for no good reason. What to do here? I'll send a message to Count Arrowblade asking him to control himself. You receive a reply from Count Arrowblade 21 before the week is out. I can only apologize for my indiscretions. From now on, I will confine myself to the dungeon when I experience my little episodes. I appreciate you handling this matter privately. The dozens of murdered peasants would probably not call this justice. But the attacks do stop. Hopefully the matter is dealt with. Excellent work, me. A fine day of kinging. In a dingy seaside tavern, 2 patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme. Good news, my friend. The palace officials have been accepting my bribes. They're becoming more and more open to corruption. What are you getting in return? Oh, not much. A better seat in the council chamber, access to the king's rooms when he's out, that sort of thing. But the important thing is that the king's staff are getting used to selling their principles to the highest bidder. So what next? The palace staff are one thing. The true prize would be the loyalty of the chancellor and the rest of the king's inner circle. To do that, we need to demolish their respect for the king. If the kingdom is in chaos, they will see the king as an incompetent fool and be much more open to our bribes. To advance their scheme, the patricians must lower stability to 4 or less in 3 seasons. I shall adopt the iron choice. Let's go ahead and take care of the wedding first and foremost. Your wedding to Rhoda is naturally the talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm to attend for a week and a day. The capital is one giant party. It feels like you're the only one not taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Bertrand's Cathedral with Rhoda at your side. Do you take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife? I do. Then I pronounce you king and wife. After the wedding, of course, there is a feast, and after the feast, a dance. Your new wife Rhoda laps up the attention, delivering a witty speech, which she flatters you outrageously. By the time you find yourself alone with Rhoda, it's past midnight and you've never felt more tired. You danced so very beautifully. It was such a wonderful day, wasn't it? I agree. You endure a long conversation in which Rhoda is determined to flatter you relentlessly and agree with everything you say. By night's end, you still don't know who Rhoda really is. Her real personality is concealed beneath 100 layers of etiquette. You go to separate bedchambers, still strangers. Yeah, let's see what's happening in the marsh, shall we? My liege, I have something a bit embarrassing to report. Remember when I accused Lord Patrician Mastodon II's father of stealing my family's lucky ring and he was arrested? Funny thing, my niece was the culprit. I needed a ring to propose to my dear Octavia of the Mastodon family. I knew our families would never allow such a match, so it had to be secret. And I knew the magic ring would bring good fortune to our union. It was the perfect gift. What? Depths below, my father rotted away in prison because of this travesty. Your family are honorless knaves. Don't think I'm letting Octavia anywhere near that niece of yours. But once we agree, Lord Patrician, please, Council, Your Highness, step in and end this ridiculous romance. Yes. All right, get to work. Get to work, Council. Should the love-struck couple from feuding families be broken up? Or should we bless their union? The Council loves love. Bless their union. Bless their union. Yes, I don't know why the patricians are voting for the one that's going to give me stability, but okay. I will give it 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, thank you, Your Highness. You formally bless the upcoming marriage of Eugenie and Octavia. Both barons and patricians are outraged, claiming that you've disrespected their centuries-long feuding tradition. As preparation for the wedding begins, the story of the love-struck couple catches the imagination of the Marcher peasants, who work together to make a huge cornucopia as a wedding gift. Political... true love! Poured it in the cornucopia! Adrenaline rush, adrenaline rush. Your Highness, I've come to submit a complaint about the Counts of the East. Lately, they've been neglecting their tithes. What's a tithe? All the counts are obligated to donate an eighth of their monthly income to the church. If they want to stay out of the 7 hells when they die, that is. No, not a debt collector. Who do you think the common folk will blame if the church starts failing? Me? No, Your Highness, they'll blame you alone. Especially if I tell my priest to spread word that you refuse to help a holy man in need. Fine, I'll help. The worst offender is Count Pinkman I. He hasn't paid his tithe in years. I want an example to be made of him. Poopy. order the counts to pay their tithes in full. This will raise defiance, lower wealth, and raise faith. Toss Count Pinkman I in the dungeon as an example to the rest. This will raise stability, lower wealth, and raise faith. The counts should be exempt from paying tithes, which would be very bad. Or do nothing. I shall simply do nothing. I'm honestly not sure. Doing nothing is just the worst idea for me, I think. The Barons probably want A. Yeah, I'm gonna make A my iron choice, I think. A choice of iron. People are voting for D, do nothing. The Barons are sort of all over the place on this one. They're not quite unified in this. The Patricians seem very unified in it. This seems pretty definitive. Even though I don't think there's a lot of people that aren't voting. So, yeah, I think at this point I'm just going to go ahead and call it. I will do nothing. Council opts to do nothing to address this travesty? Very well, you'll see what happens. Throughout the kingdom, priests preach to their flocks the king is a baby kicker and a devil worshipper. The gullible peasants lap it up. I hope you're happy. Hope you're happy, council. Yeah. Deep in the forest of the march, Baron the Void Mage has gone boar hunting with a few close friends. Bad news, friend. The spymaster is still watching us like a mother bear watching her cubs. Give me a crossbow and I'll shoot the damn bear. Stick its head up on my wall. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We need to pretend to be harmless until the time comes to strike. The Baron's aim is to raise other regions' defiance to a total of 6, or ensure another region begins a rebellion. Late at night, 2 counts meet in an ancient stone cemetery to discuss their schemes against the king. Our grain stores are looking much more impressive than the rest of the kingdom. Yes, and I've had peasants of the coast moving into my lands, desperate to sponge off our prosperity. How delightful. But won't summoning this demon be difficult? It's magic beyond our usual fare. The walls of reality are sturdy, but they can be weakened. The tide of blood must swallow the kingdom in its wake. Chaos! For the next stage of their scheme, the counts must lower stability to 4 or less in 2 seasons. Oh shit. Now the patricians and the counts are working to lower my stability. Alright, alright, alright. Your Majesty, that couple from the march and the coast are here to speak to the council. Oh, Your Highness, you've brought us so much joy. I can't believe I finally get to be with my dear Octavia. But it's not all good. We wanted to get married and start a farm together, to enjoy some peace and quiet for a change. All we need is each other, and a few adorable animals, and the wedding would be tiny, 300-400 people at most. But of course, Mr. Nobody and Mastodon II refused to give us anything. Please, my liege, help us just once more. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Hmm. I think Mastodon is a patrician. Yeah. So I think the barons want. I think the barons want this one. Because it'll raise their defiance. And it'll benefit me as well. It'll raise trade. Evo. I hope it doesn't give him like 5 defiance. He'll be pissed off. Alright, it looks like the barons are going all in on that idea. Give it 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The voting is tied. But you know, this is my iron choice, so bada bing, baby. I appreciate it, barons. When Mastodon II realizes that the council decision is final, he grudgingly hosts the wedding at his villa and hands over the desired 30 acres as a gift. The wedding itself is a modest affair for nobility, but Eugenie and Octavia don't mind. They only have eyes for each other. Bard soon sees the story, making it more and more dramatic in every telling and praising Mastodon II for eventually coming around. The story puts the patricians at an advantage at the negotiating table. As for the couple, they live happily enough on Mastodon II's land. With the help of the lucky ring, Eugenie cultivates a flock of sheep who follow her devotedly wherever she goes. Patricians, see him on your side too. Everyone wins. Especially me, though. A helping hand. Connor, I had something I wanted to ask of you. What can I do for you? As you surely know, I run a very successful jewelers guild back at the home in the coast. The current laws are a little restrictive for my trade. Lots of tariffs and regulations, you know how it is. I was hoping you could push for some changes in the council, eliminate some of the import duties at the Ateshi jewels, perhaps. You want me to give the coast preferential treatment? I think it's only fair. The other regions just can't compete with us in the jewelry trade anyway. Fine. I'll assemble a council. Ah, excellent. I'll see you there. Uh, Fuck yeah. Reduce import taxes on gemstones from Atesh, or do nothing. For capitalism. Capitalism, ho! All right, this is looking pretty definitive. I'll give it 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reduce import taxes on gemstones from Atesh. Fuck yeah. She is, bro. The other regions are outraged by the clear nepotism that's taking place, but Rhoda pays them no mind. As profits pour in, she even shares a portion of the income with the treasury. Thanks, babe. My liege, there's been a terrible fire in the city of Achberg. Where there were once buildings, there is now a field of smoldering ash. Dozens of common folk have died. What caused this fire? A warehouse was storing lamp oil unsafely and in immense quantities. The owners were in the middle of haggling over prices when one of the merchants lit his pipe. Those absolute idiots. I was hoping the council might unlock some funds from the treasury so we could rebuild. Yet.
I like this one. Okay, go.
Go! Rebuild exactly the way it was. Offer no help, which is what everybody's doing! What are you fucking talking about? Bro, barons. You gotta start voting, y'all. There are no barons. The barons are asleep right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this you, Zen? Is this you? No, it's not. It's the crest is wrong. Well, all right. Do nothing. I offer no help. Well, I tried, barons, but I can't. You send word to the barons of Augsburg that they will be expected to rebuild their own city without the king's help. Great God! What was the point of having a king in the first place? Well, you know, we do have overarching goals. I'm trying to help you. Your city burnt down. I've got the money to spare. But all right, that's... Thanks to our efforts, the Spymaster is focusing our attention on other regions, and while the cat's away, the mice shall play. Cats aren't best for getting rid of mice. You're better off with a terrier. I think you missed the point of my analogy. Never mind. Our next step is to replace the Palace Watch with our own agents. Should be easy enough. If the king can't pay them, the Watch will look for money elsewhere. For the next stage of their scheme, the barons must lower the treasury to 1,500 or less in 2 seasons. See? If you had voted, you would be well on your way to doing that, but nope. Well. I have a feeling I know how this is gonna go, so... Just get the farming up. Hey! Do the counts want a high military? I don't know. I don't even know. More stability. About my heir. Your marriage to Rhoda has grown stale. You get along well, but you've made some good memories together, but there's no spark. She cares more about maximizing profits than your happiness, but spark or no spark, you still need an heir. Congratulations are in order. The royal wedding was a magnificent affair. Went about as well as could have been expected. You're still in power, aren't you? Still got the crown on your head. That's what matters. You've done well so far, but something's still missing. An heir. You need someone whose loyalty is assured. A child of your own would do the trick, even if they're a bastard. Or the youngest of your many cousins. Well... maybe a good mating pretz will spice this marriage up a bit. My wife and I will have a child together. Ah, the traditional method. No one will object to that. I'll arrange for you to take a month off from ruling so you can, get down to business. The Monster Unleash? Whoa! It's a day like any other. You're sitting in the council hall, listening to your nobles argue about something or other. Today's session is getting particularly heated. Steps below, my good count. You must understand my position. We simply cannot lower tariffs. Your profiteering will leave me penniless. Penniless! Oh dear. Get away from me. I feel rage. Good grief, he's having a heart attack. I have a mind to... Oh! Before the astonished eyes of the council, Count Arrowblade 21X. Flesh ripples and bulges. Jet black hair spreads across his body and huge gleaming claws sprout from his fingers. With incredible speed, Count Arrowblade 21X pounces upon noble patrician Tyrant Chaos, clamps his jaws on the screaming patrician's throat. Blood sprays across the faces of the rest of the noble council. Shock gives way to panic when the monster turns its glowing eyes their way. The council hall fills with shrieks and blubbering. Noble patrician Tyrant Chaos has died. Tyrant Chaos indeed. Honor Guard, protect me! Your Eastern Knights charge, reciting battle poetry as they swing their swords, but the monster tears them apart one by one, splattering the walls with blood, but suffers dozens of wounds. Once your Honor Guard are dead, the monster leaps onto you, sinking its fangs into your shoulder. But then with a final shudder, it dies as the last of its blood gushes
This is
from its
a
wounds.
rut-row moment.
I have to agree, this is in fact a rut-row moment. You stand in the gore-soaked council hall, catching your breath and clutching your injured shoulder. The cowardly nobles have fled, taking advantage of the monster's distraction. Only the spymaster and the marshal remain. You don't see that every day. Are you all right, your majesty?
This is a darn it moment.
I need medical assistance. The marshal fetches the royal physician, who hurriedly begins bandaging your shoulder. Rumor of the attack quickly spreads amongst the peasants, who promptly panic, declaring that half the nobles are secret monsters. The wound is slow to heal. Thankfully, it doesn't appear infected, and your physician expects a full recovery. Ah, fuck. Well, that didn't go so well. A rogue golem? A rolem? A rogue golem has crossed into our territory over the Ashmodean border, Your Highness. This could be an exciting opportunity. What's a golem? A machine in the shape of a man, usually sculpted from clay or stone. The Ashmodeans use them to drudge for work and warfare. What's so exciting about it? Please, my liege, this is our chance to figure out how this golem magic works. We could even turn it against Ashmead. Your Majesty, the barons would drown their goon grandmothers to gain an advantage over Ashmead. Or over the counts and patricians. Golems are an offense to the ninth god, and they're dangerous. We should destroy it before it gets out of control. I like... Well, it's the one I think you'll take. I think you're going to take the one that has the lowest chance of succeeding, so I'll probably end up doing that. Yeah. A boom, 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 boom. Oh, it looks like everybody's going for a C, actually. They're going for the highest one that has a chance to succeed. Well, hopefully it does. It's a 70% chance. I think that is going to be most of the nobles. Yep. All right. We want golem tech. Take it apart and figure out its secrets. Did it work? Oh. The secrets of the golems have been a mystery for too long. I'll put our best artisans to work figuring it out. Hooray! A few weeks later, Baron Vidisora reports back with a gleeful smile. It's slow going, my liege, but it's getting somewhere. In a few months, we'll have cracked it. Hey, let's go. Sitting on a bench inside a sun-bleached villa, two patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme. Greetings, Lord Patrician. I'd like to introduce you to some friends of mine. Good afternoon, noble patricians. A pleasure, as always. Hello? Is this the place? Smells like fish. Wow. I take it you found my colleague's arguments most persuasive, then. Indeed, Lord Patrician Dragosoon has made some excellent points about the king's incompetence. The most persuasive part was the giant bag of gold. Unfortunately, the Spymaster and the Chancellor still remain beyond our grasp, but with these two in our pocket, we can do great things. We just need to decide our approach. Do you want to bankrupt me, or raise others' defiance? Looks like they're trying to raise others' defiance. Alright then. Actually, how many... Yeah, I think that's a majority. Yeah. And there we go. Raise others' defiance. Bring down the king in a bribery scandal. So after all this, our plan is to make the king look like the corrupt one. Yes, after all, isn't his court absolutely rotten with our bribes and scandals? Worse than it's been in centuries? Of course it is, and we're to blame. The general public don't need to know that part. We just need to ensure the other nobles hate the king enough to support our version of events. For the final stage of their scheme, the patricians must raise other regions' defiance to a combined total of at least 10 to ensure another region begins a rebellion. A pair of counts face each other in silence. A code word is exchanged, and they speak of their latest schemes. Good news from the capital, my friend. Well, bad news, but good for us. Oh yes? Fires, wanton murder, giant spiders? All that and more. The fabric between worlds is tearing thin. The time is ripe to summon a demon. But which honored guest should we invite? Ankh-Razad, Lord of Dismay of the Seventh God's Smile? Or Belfeminar, the Hungering Absence, Queen of Corruption? This is a tough choice. It looks like you're going for lower own faith, though. I'll give it 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ankh-Razad, the Lord of Dismay, the Seventh God's Smile. Ankh-Razad will never break through while the church has its claws in the hearts of the people. If we make this kingdom ideal for his presence, he will sweep through the land and leave nothing but grinning corpses. From one of these corpses, we will simply pick up the crown. For the final stage of their scheme, the counts must lower their faith to 2 or less. Well? Fuck you. Fevered dreams. Oh, shit, moly. Over the course of the winter, you find yourself plagued by horrific dreams. You're running through open woods full of screams as your colossal jaws bite beast and human alike. You are always hunting, always hungry. The council has noticed your lack of sleep as you become tired and irritable during court sessions. Something must be done. I'll seek out a woods witch for a folk remedy. While the Spymaster keeps an ear out for rumors of magic, you begin your search in your spare time. You can only hope you find someone before it's too late. A new trend, eh? Lord Patrician Zilban is here to see you, Your Majesty. He wants to sell you a, crab. What? It's the latest trend along the coast, Your Majesty. The patricians have started keeping a species of jeweled crab as a fashionable pet. Creatures are so rare that one can now sell for as much as a mansion. Very well, send him in. Thank you for seeing me, Your Majesty. I know the price is steep. But I assure you, these crabs will only go up in value. Nah. Crabs. Honestly, what is this kingdom coming to? Crab FTs. Non-fungible crustacean. We've cracked it, my liege. Golems are powered by scrolls imbued with the words of Kaldavaga, the Ashmodean machine god. We could build golems of our own, but we need to pray to Kaldavaga too. Need I even say it? Heresy, dwarf! Heresy! Their wealth is too low. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. 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 Oh, shit. Allow it, but the golems must be powered by prayers to the 9th. Allow it without restriction. Forbid it utterly. Well, I know what the patricians are probably going to vote for. So I'm just gonna put that right there.
You worship me, mortal.
Griffin Rider, thank you for the follow. Oh. Looks like the patricians are split. 3 seconds. All right, gonna give it 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Allow without restriction. Whoa! The church takes a massive hit when such heresy is allowed openly in the march. More and more common folk drift away from the 9th god. Meanwhile, dozens of church factories are built in Kaldavaga's name, and soon marcher armies are bolstered with untiring clay giants. Yeah. Rebel now, motherfuckers. Somewhere in the march, Baron the Void Mage sits at a banquet gnawing on a greasy chicken leg. He and his fellow plotters discuss their scheme between mouthfuls. Palace Watch won't accept our bribes. The treasury's practically overflowing. They don't need our money. I suppose they ran straight into the spymaster to blab about it too. Damn our luck. Is this the end? The best investments are never profitable to begin with. We will bide our time and strike again when the king least expects it. The barons aim to lower the treasury to 1,500 or less. A call for unity. A mercantile complaint. Your Majesty, the richest merchants on the coast have bribed patricians to give them an exclusive charter. They now control all of the glassware and jewelry, the coast's most valuable goods. It's a monopoly, Your Majesty. They're scamming the public by fixing prices, pushing smaller traders like myself out of business. Something must be done. You know what? I'm gonna call for unity here. Here comes a call for unity. It looks like the barons are going all in on C. The patricians are sort of a little divided right now. They're voting for A. The counts are asleep. The counts are asleep! Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. They're counting sheep. Yeah. You order soldiers to break up the monopoly, accompanied by an even more fearsome threat. Lawyers. The charter is declared illegitimate, and many patricians lose their investment. Smaller traders flourish once again, and prices return to a sensible level. The common folk rejoice. Way. Look at that trade. Look at that. Look at that trade. Witch hunting. For weeks, you've searched for a witch or warlock that can treat your dark and bloody dreams. Knowing the church will be outraged if they found out, you must take discreet action in your witch hunt. I'm going to ask traders and traveling merchants for more information, baby! You have your city watch question every trader coming through the capital. Your loyal nobles do the same. Through the rumor mill, you find some whisper of what you're searching for. You only hope your clue turns up. Dude, not only are their dreams getting more frequent and more vivid, you're starting to doubt their dreams at all. Brother. Ugh. A fishy wedding? Your Majesty, the Archduke of Saul has invited you to his forthcoming wedding. Your attendance would help shore up relations between our two great nations. By all that glitters, great nation? The Isle of Saul is nothing more than a nest of pirates and cutthroats. And I heard it isn't a proper marriage anyway. The Archduke is marrying a fish. The groom is a finfolk, one of the denizens of the sea, perfectly sapient and actually amphibious. The church does not agree with a man marrying a fish. We mustn't legitimize this farce by allowing the king to attend, dwarf. Well. I've got a feeling. Ooh. Sexy, sexy fishman. Gonna give it 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Of course the king should attend the wedding. Excellent. The wedding is scheduled for next year. I'll inform the Archduke that you would be delighted to attend. This kingdom is sliding into madness. When it's announced that you'll attend the wedding, the patricians are naturally scandalized. But the peasants are as sentimental as ever, and are in favor of your decision. Public opinion turns against the overly strict church. Oh yeah. My heir? Your quest for an heir is finally complete. My love quest is finally over! You stand before the council holding a small child in your arms. Should I die? You didn't like that one, chat? Why not? Why? Mating press complete. My werewolf mating press worked. I stand before the council holding a small child in my arms. Should I die, I ask that my crown be passed down too? Council hall is filled with nervous silence. I'm gonna roll a d6. My child was born non-binary. One and two is a son, 3 and 4 is a daughter, 5 and 6 is a child.
Crazy!
Babusa Monkey, think of the 100 bits. Your mom was right. Traditional mating press worked wonders. Hey. Am I assuming my child's gender? This baby cannot assume anything. It's a baby. Here we go. A beautiful baby girl. My daughter. The assembled nobles break out into polite applause. By designating an heir, you've cemented your stability of the kingdom. My grace, may I be the first to congratulate you on the birth of your daughter. What is her name? Connor the Second. How delightful, your grace. I'm sure little Connor the Second will grow up to be a chip off the old block. Connorina. Opesteina Wallada. A new honor guard. Shit. The deaths of your honor guard in the line of duty was a tragedy, your majesty, but we don't have time to mourn. We must replace them at once. The kingdom needs protection. What are my options? Oh yeah, your previous honor guard were the Eastern Knights whose armor couldn't save them from a hideous fate. The other knights in the East are all unaccountably busy. Tell me about the veterans of the march. I've made my decision. I will take the veterans of the march. There you go, Your Majesty. I will make arrangements at once. The veterans arrive a few weeks later. They march into the throne room in perfect formation before lining up behind your throne, hands on their sword hilts. Each soldier sports a bigger scar than the last. The crab bubble bursts. Bad news, Your Majesty. A new reef has been discovered, which is overflowing with millions of jeweled crabs. Crab prices are crashing catastrophically. What? The entire kingdom will suffer financially, Your Majesty, with the exception of a few patricians. Curiously, Lord Patrician Zilban, the very same patrician who first began the crab craze, recently sold all his crabs at a huge profit, just days before the crash. Something must be done. You summon your council to discuss the crab price crisis. Many assembled nobles invested heavily in the crab market, and they are casting furious glances at the patrician's benches. Yeah, well, I didn't fucking invest, so yeehaw for me. Bail out the failed businesses along the coast, let the coast suffer the consequences. Or arrest Lord Patrician Zilban and confiscate his ill-gotten gold. Let's just, yeah. I'm fine with this. Actually, trade can't get any higher, so I wonder if it'll even do anything. Fuck. Well, your help is appreciated by the patricians and the many ailing industries that are propped back up. Let us never speak of crabs again. No crabs. All right,
this
everybody.
This is a tee-hee moment.
You're probably going to want to block the observatory, everybody who isn't a count. Don't let the counts lower their faith. Yeah, if they win, they win. So if you want to still be in the game, block the observatory. The observatory is getting a lot of money into it. "10 seconds. You want to block the observatory." And there you go. And that's what happens when you don't block the observatory. And there it is. Screams in the night. Well, I tried to help you, chat. I tried to help you out, but you didn't help me. It was funded too much, you had no choice. You could have funded other things. You don't have to fund your own stuff. You can fund other buildings. You want demons? This is how you get demons. It's an ordinary evening. You're headed towards your bedchamber when a strange noise echoes from outside. Not quite a human scream, not quite an animal. Something shivers down the back of your neck. I'll order the honor guards to investigate. The Marcher veterans stamp out into the night. After a moment, there's another scream, and this one is definitely human. When they rush back inside, one of them is missing. She just dropped dead. She had a horrible grin on her face. I can't stop seeing it. Get to safety, Your Majesty. Now! I gotta go to the panic room. I gotta get to the panic room. You hole up in the most secure room you can find, the dungeon. More inhuman noises echo from upstairs. Keep quiet. You hold your breath and you keep quiet as you hear footsteps approach. By the ninth, I didn't know where you were. What in Celestath is going on? An excellent question, Queen Consort. A cluster of counts stand there, extremely pleased with themselves. What are you doing here? Greetings, Your Grace. Good morning. Glory to Ankarazad, the seventh god's smile. What are you saying? This is treason! The fields are bare, thanks to our work, Your Highness. Lowborn all across the kingdom will starve, unless you do right by them and give in to our demands. What makes you think you can do this? Count Senior Witchback smiles and raises his hand. Your throat tightens and your own mouth stretches to a rigid grin. Stop it! Now! Ankarazad has this kingdom in the palm of his hand, ready to give it to the rightful queen, Delvira. You have a choice. Die of old age in exile or be killed right now. Either way, we get the crown. Oh man, I need to go sicko mode. I'll never choose exile. I need to turn into a werewolf right now. Here I go. I'll never choose exile. Tragically, then, we only have one choice. Your breath stutters as thin, inhuman laughter echoes in your ears. Your lips curl and grin completely out of your control. Rhoda is shouting at the counts in fury. The last thing you hear is the counts arguing about how the regions will be portioned out, and some comforts to know that they're unlikely to settle it peacefully. Well, there you go, chat. That's what happens when you don't block the observatory. You get demons. The evil magic of Ankh-Karazad reduced King Connor to a twitching corpse with a ghastly smile. Future monarchs hear the old king's laughter in their nightmares. The Barons' attempt to worm their way into the palace was uncovered and a number of arrests were made. Baron the Void Mage ended his life chained upside down to a dungeon wall. The patricians succeeded in turning the palace into a hotbed of bribery and corruption, but what's new about that? They failed to gain a throne and lost money in the process. A bad investment. And so, the demon Ankh-Karazad did lay waste to the kingdom, and the streets were littered with smiling corpses, and the Count smiled too as Queen Delvira ascended to the throne. King Connor the baby kicker? Oh, fuck it. Oh, the church. You know what? Fuck them kids. Well, chat. The counts woke up when it mattered most, I suppose. Well played indeed. Well, suppose there's nothing left but to continue. Why not?
This is a darn it moment.
I've got to agree. I'm going to be right back, though. I'm going to down myself a drink real quick. Alrighty, I'm back. Let us commence forth. All right, we'll see if we can get some people in for the patricians here. We go back into the same team. The patricians are just not rejoining. Yeah, the patricians fucked up. All right, well, they can come back during the game. Here we go. The path to victory. Your Majesty, the history books do not look kindly upon usurpers, unless, of course, they prove themselves worthy of the throne they have stolen. When you die, how will the kingdom remember you? They will remember me as the architect of a new golden age. Wah-hey! Coronation? Your Majesty, you may have won the throne from King Connor, but you must still answer to the council. As is tradition, they will decide what happens at your coronation. Shall I get changed into my waterproof robes, then? Maybe for the best, Your Majesty.
You worship me.
Shall we call for the nobles? God, give it all you got. You know you wanna, motherfuckers. Into the drink with ye. 'Tis tradition. 'Tis tradition. 'Tis tradition. Makes sense to me. Throw the queen into the river. It's decided the queen will be thrown into the river. And so it begins. And the nobles pick me up. The Demon's Wake! The streets of the capital are ringing with mad laughter and sobs. Look at what you did, Counts. Look at what you've done. Your Majesty, the demon Ankarazad has done an excellent job laying waste to the kingdom and paving your way to the throne. But it has outlived its usefulness. It's time to banish it back to the Seven Hells, before you no longer have a kingdom to rule. Expect no help from the church, blasphemer! You have brought a demon down on our heads. We will fight your tyrannical rule to our last breath. Well, I'm banning this shit. No wizards, for God's sake. Well, it looks like people are still getting their licks in, so I'm gonna give it, let's say, 10 more seconds. Ooh. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I guess the patricians are the one that are asleep now. Ignoring the protests of the farmers, your troops gather cattle herds from across the east and sacrifice them in a great, fly-ridden circle of blood. Satisfied with this dark tribute, Ankarazad vanishes from the mortal realm, leaving devastation in its wake. Well, there you go. When have the Barons of the March ever backed down from a fight? Never! I know you'll do whatever it takes to put me, your rightful monarch, on the throne. You want subterfuge, lower stability, a doppelganger, lowest defiance, or gunpowder, lower authority? That is, if the Barons are even awake at all. And the path of least resistance it is. The Republic of Kurth has this substance called gunpowder. With enough of that, the Barons could take over the kingdom. Of course, a sensible queen would never allow one region to hoard such a thing. To do so secretly, the Barons must ensure their trading partners do not fear the queen's wrath. To advance their scheme, the Barons must lower authority to 4 or less in 2 seasons. Fellow patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of Queen Delvira. Something must be done. Intimidation, raise others' defiance. Conspiracy, lower treasury. Or corruption, lower authority. Gosh, I wonder what they're gonna pick. Oh no! Who'd have guessed? Also, lower authority. The patricians plan to turn the throne into a commodity bought and sold at will. Anyhow. My fellow counts, we put Queen Delvira on the throne, but it seems she's forgotten that already. Don't you think I'd make a better ruler? Let's see if they go for a path of least resistance once again. Do-do-do-do-do. Dee-do-lee-dee-dee. Dee-do-lee-dee-dee-dee. Oh, they're not going for the path of least resistance. Although they do have plenty of options here. That's fair enough. The Counts plan to induct the Queen into their secret cult and offer her immortality in exchange for the throne. First, they must reduce the power of the Eastern Church. To advance their scheme, they must lower their faith to 4 or less in 3 seasons. Let's see now. Honor Guard. As a tradition, each region offers a selection of elite guards. I've made... the Queen knows better than anyone that our knights will keep her safe from danger and improper grammar. I've made my decision. I'll go with the veterans of the march again. Blood and stars, Your Majesty. How could you choose them? I'll make arrangements at once. Horror in the east. Your Grace, a monster has been stalking my farms at night, smashing down the doors of cottages and feasting on the peasants inside. How many victims? Dozens, Your Grace. Only a few have survived the attacks. The survivors tell a garbled story about gleaming fangs amidst a mountain of blood-soaked fur. It's me! I survived! Or it's my child. You know, this could be funny. Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to happen. Well, let's see where it goes. Oh. The regiment marches in circles for weeks through swamps and mud, but fail to hunt the elusive beast. When they return, many soldiers brought back some manner of disease from the bog.
Moment.
Not a tee-hee moment. This is a rut-row moment.
You worship me.
7 deadly brevins. Thank you for the follow. They're coughing, pale, and too weak to hold their swords. Meanwhile, the monster attacks continue to menace the east. You hear reports it no longer confines its attacks to nighttime. Soon, peasants are too afraid to tend their own crops.
This is a rut-row moment.
Exactly. A new trend. Noble patrician is here to see you, Your Majesty. They want to see you a crab. Of course they do. Latest trend along the coast, Your Majesty. Yada, 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 yada.
This is a darn it moment.
Can I play the crab FT market? Let's try it. The NFC, the non-fungible crustacean. Very well, send them in. Thank you for seeing me, Your Majesty. I will buy a box of crabs. Noble patrician. Counting on your gold, Noble patrician ensures that you will not regret your purchase. Let's do it. Let's try it. Let's launch over it. Crypto crabs. Here we go again. I wonder what they're gonna pick. Are they gonna lower my authority even more? I wonder. And the patricians are lowering their own military even further, I see. That's fine with me. Go ahead. Lower your own military. The deceased. The elderly Baroness Frederica, a cousin many times removed of Baron Immortal's blade, died in her sleep last week. She was nearly 90, would you believe? Better end than most of us get. Indeed, Your Majesty, she stayed at home in the march most of the time, enjoying herself. But she could have spent more time on her accounts. She died without a will, and the nobles are scrabbling for her estate. Baroness Frederica was my relative. I wrote to her at least once a year. Of course, the estate should be mine. My great-great-grandfather used to play backgammon with her. He swore she intended to leave it to our family. By the 9th, that's a pitiful claim. I don't give a shit. Although I would like to redistribute the estate amongst the Marcher peasants. That would be funny. That'd be pretty funny, too. I'll give it 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, I'll be. Redistribute the estate amongst the Marcher peasants. Go for it, man. Marcher and coastal nobles watch in outrage as peasants occupy the estate and move into the manor house. Using the Baroness Frederica's money, the peasants set up a marketplace on her land. It turns out it was a huge success, with merchants flocking to the place in crowds. Fuck yeah. Cheers, bro. I shall find a spouse. Your Majesty's any. It's an easy enough decision. You'll marry into the counts as we agreed before you took the throne, right? Right? The treasury is almost empty, Your Highness. What do you suggest we do? Apart from raising taxes, we have precious few options. We could get a bank loan, or sell off the crown jewels, perhaps even crack open some of your predecessors' tombs. Most were buried with piles of gold, or so I've heard. I own the Royal Mint, don't I? Make more coins! The Royal Mint begins churning out new coins, allowing you to pay off several old debts. Ah, yeah. Let's go. Amidst dark and foreboding forests, a small, squat castle stands over the Marcher border. There, at the end of the kingdom, a plot is hatching. Look here, our first shipment from Kurth. Incredible. May I see inside? Careful with that torch, you fool. You'll blow us to smithereens. So this is the fabled black powder. Incredibly powerful, but we'll need much, much more to put you on the throne. For the next stage of this Baron's scheme, they must raise their trade to 5 or more in 4 seasons. Eligible options. I have found 3 potential matches for you. 1 eligible young candidate from each of the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely. Yes, I know. Chancellor leads you to a great hall. I would like to see. This is Ricimer, the eldest son of the Eastern Riverbirch dynasty. Apparently, they had a hell of a time getting him to smile for his portrait. Most of the time he spends with a fencing master, or mastering the blade. He's obsessed with his family's legacy. He's an intriguing candidate. From the coast, we have Tobias, the wealthy heir to Lord Patrician RJB Esquire's estate. I mean, just look at them. They're gorgeous. And apparently they've got a silver tongue, too. They recently gave away half their fortune to the church, much to everyone's surprise, and they've recently been campaigning to improve living conditions in the coastal slums. I like the sound of them. Finally, we have the March's offering, Evemi, scion of Lord Prestigious Caius 1131's bloodline. A typical baroness, really. Loud and brash and self-absorbed, but mostly well-meaning. Like most of the barons, her great passion is hunting. No beast is safe from her crossbow. Also got into a fight with her local bishop a couple of years ago. Gave him a bloody nose. Sounds like a laugh. What do you think? By picking a candidate, you'll anger the other regions, which will gain a lifelong alliance. I've made my decision. Evemi of the March. Excellent. I'll make the arrangements. Oh, yeah. Oh? A rebellion, you say? Okay. Crab futures! Bad news, Your Majesty. A new reef has been discovered, which is overflowing with millions of jeweled crabs. Prices are crashing catastrophically. Your own cross of crabs is worth absolutely nothing. I suppose they could make for a tasty soup. What? The entire kingdom is about to suffer financially, Your Majesty, especially the coast. Hundreds of fisheries businesses will go bankrupt if we don't step in. Curiously, noble patrician, the very same patrician who first began the crab craze, recently sold all their crabs at a huge profit, just days before the crash. Something must be done. I summon my council to discuss the crab crisis. Many nobles have invested heavily in the crab market, and they're casting furious glances at the patricians. I mean, yeah, whatever. Whatever. None of this matters. Nothing matters. Everyone's going to arrest noble patrician. No, no, no. Think of the trade. Think of the trade. Think of the trade. Your soldiers storm noble patrician opulent mansion, arresting them and confiscating their ill-gotten crab gold. The trial will be held as soon as possible. Outraged patricians protest that your actions are illegal and make a mockery of the law. Don't they know you're queen? Yeah, that's right. Remember when I came to you with word of a monster preying upon peasants in the east? It's difficult to forget. I have reason to believe the culprit may be just an everyday Reyes. Sounds unlikely. What should I do? Do not call a public vote into the matter. You embarrass Count Just Everyday Reyes for no good reason. Absolutely not. I shall arrest Count Just Everyday Reyes at once. Very well, Your Grace, whatever you say. When your knights arrive to arrest Count Everyday Reyes, they are attacked by an enormous beast with coal-black fur and claws like scythes. It slays dozens of knights. Once finally wounded beyond hope of recovery, it turns back to human shape. Count Just Everyday Reyes lies on the floor, frail, limp, and soaked in blood. Please, release me from my curse. Kill. A night ends Just Everyday Reyes' life in a single brutal axe blow. Your Grace, I wish we could have found a better way. Count Just Everyday Reyes may have been a monster, but he still had noble blood and deserved better treatment. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Man, shut the fuck up. In a dingy seaside tavern, two patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme. Good news, my friend. The palace officials have been accepting my bribes. They're becoming more and more open to corruption. What are you getting in return? Oh, not much. A better seat in the council chamber, access to the queen's rooms when she's out, that sort of thing. Lower stability to 4 or less than 3 seasons. In a tiny village far to the east, two counts meet in a derelict tavern. No one dares glance in their direction. Serfs all across my lands are rejecting the ninth god. Yes, and the tithe collectors don't dare knock at the door to my keep. Now we must not falter. If the queen grows proud, we can offer her the ultimate reward, immortality. The next stage of their scheme. Counts must raise authority to 5 or more in 4 seasons. Ooh. Monarch's golden choice. I like this one. Yeah. The counts and the patricians are on the verge of rebellion. Interdasting. That's pretty pogly. Your wedding to Evemi is naturally the talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm for the week and a day. The capital is one giant party. It feels like you're the only one not taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Bertram's Cathedral with Evemi at your side. Do you take this woman to be your lovely wedded wife? Yea. I now pronounce you queen and wife. Queen and wife. Good God, I'm so drunk and yet somehow not drunk enough. Time for more wine. Servants, bring us wine. Haha, that's the spirit. Shall we go to bed together? No time like the present, eh? She swigs back the last dregs of her wine and leads you to bed. A plague? A plague? Baron Draco Magnius strides into the council chambers, distraught, waving a dead rat by its tail. The fields and barns of the march are overrun with vermin. We've no more poison for the horrible things. We can't hope to cope anymore. We'll send a shipment of cats, because I want to, and if you vote for C, you'll get funny money. Heep, heep, you're getting money. Heep. Well, that's pretty definitive. Baron Draco Magnus bows to you deeply. I can't thank you enough, Your Highness. You send a caravan of cats over to the marsh. By the time they reach their destination, they're both hungry and very angry. The perfect rat-catching mindset. Soon, the rats are gone. A following springs up around one particularly successful Mouser, whose nickname is the Colonel, and a bronze statue is put up in his honor. He greatly enjoys sunning himself beside the statue, and the townspeople bring him dried fish for luck. Whether or not the gifts affect the town's fortunes remains to be seen, but he is a very happy cat indeed. Aw, cat. Ha! You can't rebel anymore. Only the patricians can rebel now. Your Majesty, I wish to speak to you about the situation in the march. The barons never treated their duties to the church with as much reverence as it deserves, but now the march has abandoned the Ninth God altogether. Allow me to send some of my missionaries to the march. It is good for the realm. Is their goal to... What's their goal? To raise my stability? Or lower stability? I forget, is their goal to lower my stability? Lower, I see. I'll bring it to the council. Of course, Your Majesty, I would expect nothing less. Well, let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see what uh-oh. 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 I wonder what's gonna happen. I'll give it 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, let's see what happens. This is a power play by the church, plain and simple. We won't forget this. The mission goes ahead, despite protests from the barons. All in all, it's a success! Hey! Let's fucking go, dude! Get your ass whooped. All in all, it's a success, and the missionaries convinced hundreds, perhaps thousands of Marcher common folk to be inducted into the Church of the Ninth God. Yep, it's just that simple. It's just that simple. The Crab Trial. The Great Crab Trial. After months of delay, noble patrician is finally due to stand trial for their crab-related market manipulation. You stand accused of perpetrating fraud and tricking hundreds into buying expensive crabs. How do you plead? I am guilty of only making money, so I broke a few laws along the way. Is that a crime? Yes, obviously. I pronounce you guilty as charged, and your fate will be decided by the Queen. Yeah. Oh, yeah, imprison the guilty party. Noble patrician is dragged away in chains, wailing for clemency. Most of the watching nobles agree that justice has been done, except for the patricians, of course. Please, Your Majesty. Has young children who are supposed to pay for the upkeep of their villa. A proposition. Your Majesty, I have an idea. The best since lined parchment, I dare say. An expedition to Chur. Sounds... Chur? Who's that? The vastness of Chur, Your Majesty. A great unexplored and untamed continent far from the Eastern Sea. Chur. You have a lot of wealth at the moment, Your Highness. It's just sitting around collecting dust. Why not make a sound investment to send explorers to Chur? Who knows what they might find? Treasure, rare materials, ancient history, a new disease? She's a bit too animated for when she says the words disease. Well, that sounds like a fine idea. Her eyes light up behind her spectacles. Wonderful news. I shall make preparations immediately. Expect a brief on your desk very soon. Yeah, okay. What's this hyperinflation problem? As you ordered, Your Majesty, the Royal Mint has churned out thousands of new coins using cheap gold-like materials. The treasury is technically replenished. My genius is almost frightening. But it's also devouring the currency across the kingdom. A loaf of bread now costs 100 times what it used to. Oh, shit. Something must be done. If this gets worse, our currency will be worthless. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God. What is happening? Oh, Lord. All of a sudden, B. All right, I'm going to give it 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Predictably enough, absolutely everyone, from the lowest peasant to the highest noble, is outraged to find their money is suddenly worthless. The resulting chaos makes buybacks difficult and fraud is rampant. Riots consume every major city. It's fine. I'm sure that nothing bad will happen. I'm sure that we can get this sorted out by the start of the next year. I'm certain this isn't a permanent issue. We can get this all sorted out. All is lost! Over the last week, the kingdom has fallen apart, gripped by rioting and unrest. The common folk had risen against you. It's anarchy out there. You've sheltered in the palace while the mob heaves through the streets, toppling statues and dragging nobles from their mansions to be stoned to death. You must regain control, Your Majesty. It's too late. All is lost. Send for the treasurer! Treasurer cut her losses this morning. He's fled along with a great deal of your gold. Ah, shit! Call an urgent council meeting. Can't be done. The nobles returned to their homes and took after their families. They face similar unrest within their borders. Fetch me my marshal! The marshal is unavailable. She's trying to contain the riots. But then what can be done? Our options are limited. Somewhere nearby, glass smashes. You become aware of a dull, muted roar like a flood rushing through the valley. What's that? I believe the common citizens have arrived at the palace to meet you in person, Your Majesty. The roar is 10,000 angry voices getting louder and louder. Swords clash along with gurgling screams. Where's my honor guard? Your hard-boiled marcher veterans are already outside, fighting off the mob. Against such numbers, they're not likely to last long. Wife! I'm with you, my love. Till the very end. I love you. I love you too. Chancellor, do you have any ideas? Just one. Your Chancellor heaves open a nearby window and sticks a leg out. It was an honor, Your Majesty. I'll see you on the other side. They leap out into the open air. There's a long shriek followed by a distant thud. Oh dear. It's my fault, really, for allowing things to get to this point. She takes a step towards you, pulling a curved blade from somewhere within her sleeve. For the good of the kingdom. No! If you want to hurt Delvira, you'll go through me! Eek! Save me! My master dodges away from your wife and hurls a knife at you with deadly accuracy. As you tumble down the steps with a blade in between your ribs, the roar of the mob grows louder and louder. Having left no heir, it will be up to the nobles to vote for your successor among the claimants. You can only hope they'll keep the kingdom more stable than you did. Well, once again, you've done this, chat. Yeah, that's right. You! "14 nobles for the next monarch to be Linda." Having plunged the kingdom into utter chaos, Queen Delvira was assassinated by the Spymaster, whose loyalty was always to the kingdom and not the queen. The patricians succeeded in turning the palace into a hotbed of bribery and corruption, but what's new about that? They failed to gain the throne and lost money in the process, a bad investment. With their plans in tatters, the counts retreated to their castles in the brood. Their olive branch was rejected, the secret of eternity that they had guarded for eons. They would not be so kind again. The barons leapt into the power vacuum left by Queen Delvira's death, and Lind took the crown with the council's blessing. Hello? Game? There we go. Queen Delvira the Inadequate. And there it is, folks. That one was very, very quick.
That's the gamer's choice.
I'd say you're more at fault for who print the money thing? Yeah? Shut up. Maybe you shouldn't have killed King Connor. Queen Delvira didn't make as good choices.
This is a tee-hee moment.
Yeah, well, my successor died. And I suppose the next time we play this, it'll be, Monarch Lind. Ooh. Yeah, I don't have enough time to start up another one, unfortunately. Well, I guess I could. I don't have to... complete the whole thing. To be fair, the counts offered to let the old king live. Yeah, you also summoned a demon. That is not It was a cool demon. It was not a cool demon. He laid waste to the countryside. Alrighty. We'll get this one started off, and then we'll pick it up at a later date. Or maybe I'll die even sooner this time. Death speed run. All right. It's quite a bit of people. Path to victory. Farm. Council. We bloody pulled it off, didn't we? The barons are finally in charge, and we can sort this kingdom out. Now just remember our little arrangement. We put you on that damn throne, so you do as we tell you. Got it? I'm monarch now. You can't push me around. I'll push you around all I like. This is the Baron's time to shine. Now introduce yourself to the rest of the council, and don't forget what I told you today. Yeah. And with that, introductions are done. Council immediately fills with raised voices. Meanwhile, what do you think? Will they be a good little monarch and do as they're told? Too early to tell, but I have a bad feeling. We should have a backup plan just in case. They're already planning treason. Fuck off. Fuck you. Coronation.
You worship me, mortal.
Go ahead. We all know what's happening. Why are you voting for D? Anybody who doesn't vote for C is just a fool who's just going against the tide. Indeed, the monarch will be thrown into the river, and so it begins. Yep. I knew it! A few months in the luxury of the palace and the monarch Linda has gone soft. We deserve a real baron on the throne. Lowest defiance, modernization, or lower authority? What shall you do? Oh, looks like they're going for modernization. Wow. The Baron's plan is to modernize the kingdom's army in such a way that it's totally under their control. First, they must prove the military is in need of reform. To advance their scheme, they must lower the region's combined total of 10 or less in 3 seasons. Fellow patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of Monarch Linda. Something must be done. Subterfuge, lower stability. Intimidation, raise others' defiance. Or corruption, lower authority. Oh, the patricians are split, however. Lower authority. Patricians plan to turn the throne into a commodity that has so well. They've done the same scheme 3 times in a row now. When will it end? When will they learn? My fellow counts, in ancient times, the East has its own proud kingdom. Blood ritual, highest farming, ascension, lower own faith, possession, lower own defiance. Counts plan to induct the monarch into their secret cult and offer them immortality in exchange for the throne. First, they must reduce the power of the Eastern Church. Lower their own faith to 0, and then it's a 0. It's 0! Yeah. A fishy wedding. Your Majesty, the Archduke of Saul has invited you to join his forthcoming wedding. Your attendance would help shore up relations between our 2 great nations. Depths below, great nation. The Isle of Saul is nothing more than a nest of pirates and cutthroats. And I heard it wasn't a proper marriage anyway. The Archduke is marrying a fish. The groom is a Vinfolk, one of the denizens of the sea, perfectly sapient and actually amphibious. Well, the church doesn't agree with a man marrying a fish. We mustn't legitimize this farce by allowing the monarch to attend. I don't fucking care. Vote whatever. I don't fucking care. I don't care.
You worship me?
Sluds Vivo, thank you for becoming a worshiper. I don't care, okay? Just want to fuck a fish. Oh. Well, yeah, that works. Of course I should attend. Excellent. The wedding is scheduled for next year. Inform the Archduke that you shall be delighted to attend. This kingdom is sliding into madness. Scandalized. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. The Honor Guard. Fuck you. As is tradition, each offers a selection of elite guards. Whatever. Don't care. No need to even ask, Marshal. The monarch knows that our veterans are the only ones with experience of real warfare. I've made my decision. The veterans of the march. I'll make the arrangements at once. And the veterans. Yep. Yep. What are they gonna do? Rebel? Lord Patrician Humdrum Gum is here to see you, Your Majesty. He wants to sell you a crab. Of course he does. It's the latest trend along the coast, Your Majesty. We got this 3 times. What the fuck? You know what? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. We turned him away once. We bought in the second time. I'm sick of it. The creatures are so rare that one cannot sell for as much as a mansion. Very well, send him in. Thank you for seeing me, Your Majesty. I know the price is steep, but I assure you these crabs will only go up in value. What a waste of everyone's time. I'll make the sale of jeweled crabs illegal. Of course, such a drastic measure will require a vote. You summon your council at once. Fuck these non-fungible crustaceans. Fuck 'em, fuck 'em, fuck 'em. Now that the sale of crabs is illegal, these pinchy little critters are more valuable than ever. Gangs of crab smugglers spring up along the coast, murdering each other over profitable reefs. Thousands of fishermen start hunting crabs instead of the fish that sustain the coastal diet. I fucking hate crab time. It's so stupid. Got that event like 3 times in a row. I fucking, you know... You know, and, you know, and, you know, and, you know. The counts are voting to boost their own military. Yeah, you'll need it. You'll need it for what's coming. For what is coming, you will need it. Yeah. Ain't got no money. Ain't got no money. Oh, thanks for the stability, guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, Barons. Easing the tension. Easing the tension. Easing the tension. Your Majesty, nobles of the council, tensions are running high, but the kingdom itself is stable. Perhaps it's time we forget our past troubles and come together as friends. What do you have in mind? It's in! Hello! Ah! It even kind of looks like you. What do you have in mind, Chancellor? We could exchange gifts or hold a friendly competition, a fashion show, perhaps a game of riddles. Your Majesty, why don't we hold a vote on team-building exercise to help you and the council trust each other again? I don't know.
That's the gamer's choice.
This is a stupid idea. This is a stupid idea. Of course, everyone's trying to bankrupt the kingdom now. It's not even what you want. You just want me to have less. Well, you know what, patricians? I'm gonna fucking remember this. You have... This is making me angrier. This is making me angrier with the council. You just want a funny fashion show? I'm sure you fucking do. That's alright. Come tax season, I'll get my money back. And it's coming out of your asses. Wonderful. I'll make the arrangements at once. A cash prize shall go to the winning noble, I think. The nobles of the council begin murmuring. A fashion show? They better buy some new jewelry to take out their finest outfits. A spouse? I will find a spouse. Your Majesty is informed to find a spouse sooner rather than later. It takes the liberty of any. It's an easy enough decision. You'll marry into the barons as we agreed when you took the throne, right? Right? Your August Majesty, your esteemed Highness, something most strange has occurred in the Ghost Sea. A new island has arisen, halfway between our shores and the Isle of Sol. The Finfolk raised it from the depths using their weird ocean magic. It's true, Your Majesty. The Finfolk raised the island to celebrate their marriage to Prince Archduke of Sol. They will gift it to him on the day of his ceremony. This is terrible news. That island is of immense strategic importance. We can't let it fall into Salish hands. Can't do shit. But I've got a feeling. I got a feeling I've got a feeling I know what's gonna get chosen here. Yep. Hey, a wizard. Capital idea. You want me to sleep with the fishes? You didn't go that far, but you're unattached, and you'd make a far better match for this Finfolk prince than the Archduke of some rainy little island. Very well, I'll seduce the sexy fish man. We admire your sacrifice, your August Majesty. Preparations begin for your clandestine visit to one of the Finfolk's undersea villages. Your Chancellor has heard of magic reeds that allow the bearer to breathe underwater, but such a thing will take weeks to track down. At least it gives you time to prepare for your underwater visit and to buy some waterproof roses. Ah, fuck. Hey, patricians! What are you gonna do, rebel? The fashion show. Someone's rebelling. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sure that will work out fine for you. You enter the council hall to find it transformed. The walls are bedecked with mirrors and jewels, and the long table has been repurposed as catwalk. Your Majesty, welcome to the kingdom's very first fashion show. Remember, you'll be voting on which of these nobles is the best dressed. Countess Kione A.E. sweeps down the catwalk imperiously, casting an icy glance in your direction. You'll vote for me if you know what's good for you. Very good. Next. Noble patrician Papusa Monkey struts confidently down the catwalk, posing outrageously and blowing you a kiss. I am fabulous, and I'm not. I'm still waiting to be impressed. Baron Mr. Nobody stomps down the catwalk with a face like thunder. Once he reaches the catwalk's end, he strikes a formidable pose, arms folded and legs apart. This is a total waste of time. I was hoping for more. And of course, our last competitor is the monarch themselves. Get up on that stage, Your Majesty. On the catwalk. On the catwalk, baby, and I'll do my little turn on the catwalk. You make your way down the catwalk, trying your best to project confidence, but you trip over your robes and face plant. Nobles can't stifle their giggles as the crowd rolls away. You chase after it, swearing. Fuck you guys. Patricians will remember. You wanted this fashion show. You wanted this fashion show. All right, it's pretty close. I'm gonna give it 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What? I won? Ha! The barons are superior once again. Counts and the patricians mutter grumpily, but the barons are ecstatic at their victory. The chancellor looks on, beaming like a proud parent. Alright. Oh. I found 3 potential matches for you. 1 eligible young candidate from each of the kingdoms. Yes, I know. Chancellor leads you to the Great Hall, where they've arranged 3 portraits on easels. For now, each is covered by a cloth. They whisk away the cloth from the first portrait. This is Niklas, the eldest son of the Eastern Noisy Metal dynasty. I met him at a party once, and all he did was squeak out a hello and run off. Seemed nice enough. He lost half the family fortune in the gambling halls, unfortunately. Got into some trouble with the Inquisition a while ago, but it didn't come to anything. Let's see what all the fuss is about. From the coast we have Irina, the wealthy heiress to Lord Patrician Ren the Multiviewer's estate. I mean, just look at her. She's gorgeous. She's got a silver tongue. What does that tongue do? Gave half a family fortune to her. She's an absolute fountain of energy. Like the sound of her. Finally, we have the Marches offering Samuel, the scion of the prestigious Vidisora 32 bloodline. Typical baron. Bahaba. I've made my decision. Which is it you wish to marry? I refuse to marry any of them. Without a marriage, you are alone. No alliance. Marriage would have made me down. I want a party. Yeah, I see. Far be it from me to question my monarch. Good luck in the days ahead. You'll need it. Ready to kingle. Hey. Don't worry, chat. Don't worry, chat. I've got a plan. The Finn folk send a stagecoach from a giant clam pulled by seahorses. You equip your magic breathing reed and hop inside. The clam carriage plunges back beneath the waves, and you are whisked down to the murky depths. A few hours later, you arrive at an undersea citadel of kelp-woven huts. The prince meets you at a grand table form of knotted coral. Tiny finfolk spawnlings swim around you in your legs. Greetings, Your Majesty. We are honored to have such a prestigious visitor. Wow, this place is amazing. A whale passes overhead, momentarily dousing you in its shadow. So you're here to discuss my betrothal to Archduke Shomo and the island I'm giving to him as a dowry. Whoops, I dropped a big bag of pearls. Could you pick them up for me? This clumsy attempt as bribery is beneath both of us. I'll pretend it never happened. First of all, I must offer my congratulations. Thank you. Unlike most of my kind, I believe that Finfolk and surface dwellers must get along. This wedding is the first step in that process. More like, fine folk, am I right? A wooga. Your clumsy attempt at seduction is beneath the dignity of your office. I am to be married soon, remember? I have no more time for your foolish games. Goodbye. Ah, fuck. Your clam coach spirits you back to the surface. As you wade to the beach, you gasp for breath. Air never tasted so good. How did it go, Your Majesty? Did you successfully seduce the fishman? I tried, but it didn't go well. Well, that's a shame, I suppose. The Chancellor listens intently as you describe the conversation with the Finfolk Prince. Most unfortunate, Your Majesty. The wedding will go on after all. At least you tried. Shit. Well, maybe the Pirate Princess is still available. In a dingy seaside tavern, two patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme. Good news, my friend. The palace officials have been accepting my bribes, becoming more and more open to lower stability. In a tiny village to the east, two counts meet in a derelict tavern. Peasants all across my lands are rejecting the ninth god. Yes, and the tithe collectors don't dare knock at the door to my keep. Now he must not falter. If the monarch grows proud, we can offer them the... Hey! A royal gamble. Why not? Hell yeah, fuckers. Alright, well, it is officially midnight, or past midnight a little bit, so I think that's where we're going to pick up next time I decide to play this. Thank you all so much for stopping by. Royal gamble can be dangerous, but, you know, I'm a risk taker. Who should I raid, I wonder? You know what? Rabbit is playing a videoed game. Let's go raid him. Our raid message will be non-fungible crustaceans. Alrighty, take care, everybody. I will see you all later. Have a goodbye.
Yo, Connor, thank you for the raid. Welcome to Scree Squad.